What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the AM, guys. Welcome back to 5-Minute Rants. I'm your host, Michael Abernathy, and welcome to the show predicated on the journey of life and business. Hey, guys, real quick before we jump into this, if you know somebody whose life would be changed and or bettered by listening to the show, would you partner with me in changing lives and share it with them? I appreciate it. Well, today, I want to talk about if you don't see it, it doesn't exist. And what I mean by this is simply that if you don't have sight on a certain area of life or business, any problems or successes that occur in that area do not exist. Any problems or successes don't exist. And it's interesting because this is where things get dangerous, or this is where most things break in life and business. It happens simply because we are not watching or seeing. As a leader in life, as the person in charge of your own life, it is so important to make sure that you're looking at all the areas that matter. So I've talked a lot about the 5 pillars of life: health, right? Relationships, work, property, and monies, like finances. It's so important to have sight in each of those areas. And we're naturally, as people, better in some areas than others, but it's important to at least look, because if you look and you find a problem, then you can at least build and create a solution. If you look and see what's successful and works in those areas, then you can actually continue to repeat those actions to be successful. And I mentioned being a leader. Like, if you're a leader in the company, you're managing, one of the most important things that you need as a leader is sight. Bad information will always produce bad decisions. Good information will help you produce good decisions. It's not guaranteed that you'll make good decisions just because you have good information. However, it is guaranteed that if you have bad information, you are going to make bad decisions. And having sight on the different areas in the business, having sight on the different projects within the team, having sight on the different individuals, having sight on the work and the flow of work and the structure and infrastructure is so important in order to be successful. You've got to be able to see and look. And so oftentimes things break in the business simply because we're not looking at it. Oftentimes the looking does come from us avoiding. Other times the looking is because we actually don't have the correct infrastructure to actually facilitate the sight we need. So a lot of people talk about data. Well, I just need data. I need sales data. What are we doing? What are this? And what we're really talking about is sight. I need all this in a single pane of glass. Hey, when I'm doing marketing, I need to know who's coming to the website, why, all these things, blah, 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 all this stuff down the list. And it's about sight. And what we really want is what people say when they mean data, or when they do all this, or I need to look at this, what they really want is I want to be able to see how things are working. I want to be able to see where the breakdowns are and the problems are occurring. And then I want to be able to see what is working and what is successful. And all of the reason for that is so then I can build the next step and I can improve the company in the way that it needs to be improved. There's a theory of constraints. If you never heard about it, it's great. I encourage you to go to read about it, go learn about it. But what it talks about is that when there is problems within the company, it normally boils down to 1 or 2 small things that 80% of the production, 80% of the results within the company, within the business, within your family hinge upon this one issue being solved. It's a constraint. It's more than a bottleneck, but you could think of it like a bottleneck. And the thing with sight is your whole goal is to find that, to look at it, and then to develop solutions to alleviate the constraint and allow the flow of work, the flow of forward momentum, the flow of productivity and growth in whatever is happening in your life and in the company, in whatever area. It's to allow the flow to occur and for everything to move forward. And this is why sight is so important. Sight is important because it really allows you to make the changes that you need to in life, in business, within your family, right? And again, I'm just going to say it. If I don't see it, it doesn't exist. Or if I'm not looking at it, another way to say this, if I'm not looking at it, it will never be solved. If I'm not looking at it, it will never be improved. If I'm not looking at it, it will never be celebrated. If I'm not looking at it, I will never know what is working. And going back to that constraint, if you're not looking, you're not going to be able to find the constraint. And then that side of the company or that side of the relationship or whatever it is not going to move forward. And it's so important to just look. And so when you're building things as a leader, when you're running your family, when you're doing all these things, it's just so important to have sight. Anyways, guys, I'm out of time, so I'll catch you later. Peace.